My respected viewers, today we will listen to a short but instructive story about a young Hujur and an old Hujur. In fact, this story happened many years ago in a certain village. In the beginning, there were two traders who had a piece of land. They had been friends for a long time, but after a while they started having problems. Then they started arguing over the land. It got worse until they could not solve it on their own. So the villagers heard about it, and they went to the oldest and most respected person in the community, the old Hujur. He was known as the father of the village. All the villagers loved him. The two traders also went to him and sat down in front of him. After listening to both sides, the old Hujur gave a beautiful solution in the light of the Qur'an and Hadith. He said, Islam teaches justice. After that, he solved their problem according to the evidence from the Book of Allah. But some young people who were sitting there thought that maybe the old Hujur made a mistake. They thought that the younger Huzur would say something. So they called him. At that time, the young Hujur was coming back from the mosque after performing the evening prayer, Fajr. As he entered the village, everyone started calling him, "Oh, young Hujur, come here, come here." He asked, "What happened?" They said, "We have a problem." So he said, "Okay, show me the problem." Then they took him to the place where the old Hujur was sitting. All the villagers and the two traders were standing. The young Hujur saw them and asked, "What happened?" One of the people said, "Oh, young Hujur, we have a problem. We need your help." The young Hujur said, "Okay, tell me what happened." Then he listened to the problem. When the young Hujur understood what had happened, he looked at the old Hujur who was sitting there. The young Hujur stood up and said, "Respected teacher, I am your disciple. If you allow me, I will recite a verse from the Qur'an." The old Hujur said, "Yes, recite, son." The young Hujur opened the Qur'an, and after thinking for a moment, he said, "When you see a dispute between two groups, then act justly and convey what you see from the Book of Allah." Surah Al-Hujurat, Ayat Sima. Then the young Hujur said, "As my teacher, you said the rightful owner of the land must be returned, and it is obligatory for us to restore peace between the two." After that, the old Hujur smiled and said, "Subhanallah. When knowledge is for Allah, there is no difference between the small and the big." After that, he put his hand on the shoulder of the young Hujur and said, "You have done well, son." Then he said to the people, "There is no doubt that the young Hujur has spoken the truth." The young Hujur said, "No, teacher, we both spoke the truth because you taught me like this." Then the elder Hujur said, "Subhanallah, you are my pride. May Allah bless you." After that, the elder Hujur stood up and said, "There is no doubt that we should help the people and establish justice among them, as the Qur'an says." Then he said to the people, "Now go and hug each other." So the people stood up and hugged each other and became friends. Today, if you watch the news, you will see that the old scholars may be respected, but the young scholars who studied under them do not accept what they say. Rather, they argue and criticize them. Even sometimes the students become famous by opposing their own teachers. But the lesson of this story is that the young will respect the old, and the old will love the young. And together, we will establish justice in the light of the Qur'an and Sunnah. So may Allah Almighty make us from those who seek knowledge and make it a means of benefiting themselves and the people around them. Ameen. So that's all for today's story. May Allah Ta'ala grant us all to follow the path of knowledge. Ameen. If you liked this story, don't forget to share it with your friends and family members so that they too can benefit from it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. This is our channel. Our aim is to spread the message of Islam through various means of communication. We want to make this a better place for all of us to live in. So join hands with us and support us in our endeavors. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.